So we have them with another name. Boyfriend and girlfriend. Boyfriend and a girlfriend. Okay? Boyfriend and a girlfriend. Now, if they broke up, so ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. Okay? Continue. Now, separate. So this is separate because we're talking about. Now, on a break, they take a break. You know, for example, you work, you take a break, it's the same. You take a break from marriage. Okay? Now, Jonathan separated himself from the other two. Now, let's talk about the word separated itself. The word separated has another meaning. Separated is about separation. What's separated? Separation is like this. Let's say, for example, give me a second. Okay. So that's pen, for example. That's a pen, and it has a cap. So if I remove the cap, so I separated the cap from, so that's the pen, so I separate. So here separated himself, that means he's away from other kids. He went away from other kids. But the question here is important. What is the question? The question here is about this. Let's make it in blue. The other ED. Now, so we have here the ED ending. So we have here four vocabulary: married, engaged, divorced, separated. Is it different? The pronunciation for the ED ending? Yes. The pronunciation for the ED ending is not always ed. Because that's like the misconception that we have all in our life. We've been taught that ED is ed. It's not ed always. It has a situation that can be ed, but normally, it's not just ed. No, it has another. So, here, the ED ending. Let's try to go through this part. Now, if we're talking about this part, we said ED endings are not always ed. Now, it differs. Differs according to what? According to the ending of the verb. Okay? So, we use the ED when do we use the ED? When do I use the ED ending with the verb? Think. When do I use the ED ending? Very nice. I use the ED ending with a verb in the past for regular verb. So for regular verbs, I use the ED ending in the past. Very nice. Now, let's continue. Now, okay, we have another question. What's the pronunciation? That's the question I was talking about. What's the pronunciation of the ED? Is it always it? No. Not always ed. We agree. It has three pronunciations. What are these three pronunciations? Two. This sound is called. Pay attention to something important. What's that important? Now, let's go here. If we're talking about here, let's write this. What's this? This is C. But this is so let's enhance them. Now we have them here. So what's this? This is C. 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 So sa. So C. So C. T. Okay? So T. And what's the second one? It's T. The second one is T. So that's sound. Okay? Okay. So, sorry, we have some more technical problems. Okay? Yes? Okay. So, as we were saying here there is a difference between the letter and the sound. Now, what's the difference? Now, the letter is different. The letter itself. It's pronounced with different sounds. So it's T. So we have the T and E sound. So that's T. T. That's the first letter. Now, the second thing is the sound. It's T. Again, it's T. Again. T. You see? Without a voice. You see? So, in the letters, if we're talking about how to pronounce them, we have two kinds. The first kind is the voice sound. Second kind is the voiceless sound. Voice sound, that means I use the cord. Voiceless sound, that means I use air. So it's T. Okay? So it's T. Again, so it's T. 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 Okay? T. So let's continue with that sound. So we have here, again, we say T, id, and d. Again, T, id, and d. So these are the three pronunciations for the ed ending. So now we understand that the ed ending is not always pronounced id. So it's not played, it's not cooked, it's not, let's say, it's not moved, studied, it's not id. So it differs. So now the question is, how can I know the difference? So this is the thing. How can I know the difference? It's according to the ending of the verb. What is the last sound? Very nice. Now let's agree on that thing, which is very important. Now English is a non-phonemic language. That means what? It's like you can write something and pronounce another. You can write CH and pronounce sh. SH is sh. TH is okay. GH is I, sometimes GH pronounced f. So it is different. So we rely on the sound, not the letter. Okay? Now, let's go here. Let's start with the first sound. Okay? Now the first sound we thought about is what? Okay. So, the first sound we thought about is the T. Now let's try to pronounce the three. Engaged, engaged, it's not engaged, no. So it's engaged, engaged, engaged. So here, if we're talking about this part, I cancel the ed ending here and I pronounce it just that. So it's engaged. Again, it's engaged. So I pronounce it that. I cancel here the ED at all. Yes. So I cancel it. And I pronounce it the. Very nice. Now another one. Divorced. Divorced. No. This is very nice. The last sound, which is what? Yes. Divorced. So here it's what? Divorced. So again, it's what? Okay, now let's continue. So we're saying the first one is engaged. The second one is divorced. So the second one is divorced. The last one is what? Separated. Separated. This is it. Now, so let's get to know the endings so we can know the rest of the thing. Let's start with the first sound, the t sound. When do I pronounce ed? T. Start with the first rule, the first sound. So the first sound, if I found it, I pronounce it T. What's that sound? Okay. Now, yes, the ch sound. Ch. So give me a word that ends with a ch. Yes, we have here cook. Cooked. So the past is what? Cooked? No. So it's cooked. Cooked. So I cancel here this one. And I do what? I exchange it with T. The T sound. So I change it into T. So let's give it a sentence. He cooked a nice meal yesterday. He cooked a nice meal yesterday. Very nice. So cook. 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 So the first sound is the k. So whenever I have a verb that ends with a k sound, so it's okay. So let's give another verb. Look. So the past is look. Book. The past is book. Okay. Not. The past is not. So it's according to the last sound. Okay. Now let's go next. But what? Stop. So it will be stopped. Oh, that's wrong. So it's stop. Stop. Again, it's stop. Take this one with me. Yeah. So here it's what? So the ed here, I cancel the ed and I pronounce it ta. So it will be stop. Stop. He stopped the car suddenly. He stopped the car suddenly. Let's go next. When the verb ends with a s sound, agree, this is not s. No. S is deleted. That's the sound. This is, you see, it's not K. K is the letter. Is the sound. see? So we agreed before. What's this? How can I know? Put my hand in front of my, okay? Put my hand like this, right? You see, I feel air. So, this is not P. P is the letter. The sound is P. Here we have like pass. Pass. So pass. What's the pass? Pass. So it will be very nice. It will be pass. Pass. It will be pass. Go next. When a verb ends with a sound. Okay. Like what? Laugh. Okay. Laugh. Yes. What's the last sound? So I rely on the sound, not the letter. So here, what's the last sound? So I cancel the at ed here, and I pronounce it T. So it will be laugh. Will be laugh. Yeah? Laugh. So laugh will be laugh. He laughed very hard when I told him about the joke. He laughed very hard when I told him about the joke. Okay? So next. Yeah. Shut sound. So the shut sound. There was a technical problem with server, so I have to stop. Now, let's recap again what we were saying because we don't want to miss anything. So we're saying here that this is the shut sound. Shut. So this is the shut sound. Shut sound is written like this. So like, this is how we write the shut sound. Shut sound like what? Like wash. Wash. Wash the dishes. Okay? We said before in the tools with Mr. Amir, wash the dishes is British, American is do the dishes. Let's go back. Wash. Wash. So wash it will be washed. Is it washed? No. Wash it. So it's washed. Washed. So he washed his clothes yesterday. So he washed his clothes yesterday. Okay? Go for the next sound. Sh sound. So the sh sound. Sh. Sh. Like wash. 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 So wash will be washed. Wash will be washed. I watched a nice program yesterday. I watched a nice program yesterday. So ch, watch. So these are the 6 sounds that whenever they are followed by ed, I pronounce the ed as ch. Okay? So these sounds, whenever I follow them with ed, so they are pronounced ch. Okay? So watched. So let's recap them again. I have a cut here, so it's cooked. Stop. Have. Last. Last one. Okay. Sorry. So what's this? Washed, and here it's is it working? Hello, Mr. Cadet, can you hear me? Hello? No, because the camera has a problem. Now, so now we were saying that we have 6 sounds. In these 6 sounds, Okay, so, sorry. Now, so we were saying that in these 6 sounds, with these 6 sounds, when I have like these 6 sounds and followed by ed, so I pronounce the ed as ch. Very nice. So, again, let's try to remember the sound. Oh, and welcome back from the break. Okay. Now, before we go to pray, we were talking about some parts. Okay. Sorry? So, okay. Before we go to pray, we were talking about some topics. What were they? Now, we were talking about relationship first. Then we talked about the ed endings. What are the ed endings? How do we use them and all of them? Now, for the ed endings, it's not always pronounced id. It's pronounced as well teh and deh sometimes. And we actually said also that English is a language. That means I don't pronounce what I write always. Sometimes I write something and pronounce something else. So I always, in English, I rely on the sound, not on the letters. Okay? Because it's not like Arabic. Now, let's continue. Now, we were saying here that when a verb ends with a k sound, k. So I pronounced it k. Pronounced ed, k. So it's cooked. Continue. And also we said when I have h sound in the ending, so I say stop. Then the s sound, has. Then the f sound, laugh. Then the sh sound, washed. Then the ch sound, watched. Okay? So these are the 6 sounds that we have for the ed endings, okay? We have like now, so we said these are the 6 ed endings that, I'm so sorry, 6 ed, like endings for a verb that can be pronounced as t. Okay? So when a verb ends with these sounds, ed is automatically pronounced t. Okay? We have one extra sound, but we don't use it. And pay attention, it's about something else. There is a common thing between all of them. What's that common thing? The common thing that all of them are voiceless. Voiceless? What's the meaning of voiceless? Voiceless means it's air. Like, for example, you see, all of them are just air. I don't use the core here. So, you see, all of them are air. So, that's the first part. Now let's go for the second part. When do I pronounce it? Id. I know that we missed the j, but I'll tell you why. So the second part is, when do I pronounce it? Id. Okay, so when do I pronounce it? Let's go and see. Okay, so I pronounce it in 2 cases. In 2 cases I pronounce it. What are those cases? Okay, those cases are the 2 sounds.